Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Badash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to all the brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping this word of sincerity and the truth. Okay, I want to do a lesson. Really, I'm gonna play the last few seconds of this clip in Destro Reborn. One of the guys that I always listen to. Listen to his videos a lot because a lot of it be funny. But he just put a collection or a collage of what's going on with the modern day woman, the stages they're in now, and what they're experiencing. And it be different nationalities. It ain't just Eve on here. You got the Edomite women, the Northern Kingdom women, the Southern Kingdom women. That's primarily what it is. And they all giving whatever it is they experience it going through. He'd put a collage of it, give his opinion, and just and laugh at them, and let basically other so like the manosphere know, he's just a part of the manosphere, or the red pill community as they call it. But I'm gonna read his description box, and I'm gonna play a little bit of the video. It says she once bragged she didn't need a man. She mocked her ex. She called herself independent and thought the streets would carry her forever. Now she's evicted, humbled, and sleeping in her car with nowhere left to turn. She whispered the words she swore she'd never say. I should beg my ex to let me live with him. And he just going into some of the women. And he go, he be on their page, some of these women, they just they just putting the information out there. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all the social media platforms. They make these collages and they make these videos going into what they experiencing. And they put the information out there. So all the men do is just go watch, look, laugh, whatever they gonna do. But this is the end results. Well, I'm sorry. This is not the end results. This is just stages leading up to the end results of the modern independent woman. And every single modern independent woman is experiencing this, or they will experience this in some at its appointed time. All these women, lonely, single, in desperate situations. And the first one, which I ain't gonna play her, but the first one, she living in her car. That's what it say right here. Humble, independent woman sleeping in her car and thinking of begging her ex. All right. And that's, like I said, that's what the first woman was saying. She was in her car. She wanted to ask friends, can she, women friends, can she stay with them? But she got a cat, and she ain't trying to abandon her cat. So she's sleeping in her car and was thinking about asking somebody, can she stay stay with them for a while till she at least get back up on her feet. And it's day 3. She's still in her car, because she know damn well it ain't gonna happen. A woman would have been asked for comfort. A woman in her right mind would have been asked for comfort. But 9 times out of 10, it ain't gonna happen, And these women are extremely delusional. Especially this one that I'm finna play. They're delusional. And as much as I watch this guy's videos, none of these women have came back and said they gonna cook, they gonna clean, they gonna shut up, they gonna do whatever it takes to please the man, whatever you like, whatever it is that you need them to do to help you out, to help further you, as a man. They're willing to do it as long as, they can just stay and be with you, and not so much as you take care of them and they do that, but rather they be in order, and they know being in order comes with being taken care of. None of them are saying that, but at the same time, not every last one, the society hasn't reached that point yet. It's in the midst of it. It's like it. It's in the midst of reaching that point where it's going to push all these women into that desperate mode. Because Isaiah 4:1 It's well, Isaiah 4:1, but Isaiah 13:12. It's a reason why why the scriptures say a man shall be more precious than fine gold, and that man is a man of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. It's a reason why. It's gonna be a situation or situations. Society is gonna be so bad that the men of the Lord are really gonna be the most precious thing on earth. You know, especially for women. So I'm gonna play this clip real quick. I'm gonna get a couple scriptures. And this is fair use, fair use, fair use. I'm not making any money off of your content. This is strictly for educational purposes only, and bringing out biblical truths. So fair use, fair use.
Honestly, and others, and I'm just going to be the only person he wants. I will take it. I will take the beatings if it means you're not going to cheat on me and you're not going to entertain others, and I'm just going to be the only one. You can beat me. I don't care. I just marry me and have my children eventually in the future. I'm not.
Okay, I was just making sure that I had my voice shared.
You're not going to cheat on me, and who beats the cut of me.
Okay, here we go.
All because I did that.
Honestly, I'll take a man who beats the cut of me if he can just commit to me and I'm the only person he wants. I will take it. I will take the beatings if it means you're not going to cheat on me and you're not going to entertain others, and I'm just going to be the only one. You can beat me. I don't care. I just marry me and have my children eventually in the future. I'm not asking for that right now, but if you could commit to me, that would be great. So any applicants, I think that's the right word, would be great.
He ain't lying.
You see how delusional these women are? She's in a desperate situation of wanting a man and still giving you stipulations. Look, you can beat me if you want to, but I'm the only woman you talking to. You can't talk to no other woman. First of all, look at her. Look at her. Second of all, she said, you can't talk to no other woman. You only can talk to me. You can beat me if you want. You know, if that's your nature, you can beat me. She said she don't give a damn. She just gonna take it. She said, don't talk to nobody else. Marry her and give her children. Give her children. She said give her children in the future. You know, on your own time, and just make sure it's done. These women are delusional. And how can you be in a desperate situation, tired of being single, tired of being alone, give stipulations and demands and have nothing to offer? That's why they don't say anything about what they can do, or they'll do this and do that, because they have nothing to offer. The only thing they have to offer is their bodies, and their bodies have been used up. These women have been ran through and used up. You can't pair bond with them. You know, you can't. They don't adapt your ways because they got all other men DNA within them. So their body don't even know their psyche, their bodies. It doesn't even know who to really adapt to because they've had so many men. You know, and then she finally get around to seeing you. And this is what she come with. Look, you can do whatever you want to me, but you can't do this to nobody else. Only me. You got to give me children. You got to marry me first, and then give me children in the future. And I will say, Eve is just as delusional as this woman, because I have a woman. I'm sorry, not have had a woman. Actually, the very first one I actually started to. The one that gave me my first heartbreak, I said like that, back in high school. 10 years later, not too long ago, earlier this year, she contacted me. I ain't talked to her and been with her in over 10 years. And she contacted me, you know, found a way to get in contact with me. And tried to come with the same thing, you know, trying to basically meet with me, trying to see me, and trying to ease her way in to see if I'd come back and take care of her. But I was the one that took her virginity. And she turned around and committed adultery and left and been with all other types of men, you know? So I was your first, and then you left and went with all other types of men. And now you want to come back with stipulations. And some of the stipulations were the same, you know? She only want to be the only one, want to be married and have children in the near future. You know, near future. I ain't even just talking about later. Near future. These women are delusional. They're crazy. you know. But the society is breaking them down. That's what's going on right now. It's breaking them down, and they're trying to find a plan to survive. That's what they're doing. They're trying to figure out how to survive in a society that's breaking down like this. But it's not gonna work. So it's not gonna work. This is the time that Yahweh Bashim Abishai is going to judge everybody, and you women got a hell of a judgment coming. So this is Isaiah chapter 32, verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear to my speech. And now this is primarily for the Israelite woman, because the other women of the other nations, they finna come down anyway. But this is going into all women, but primarily the Israelite women, because they're the ones who have been called to be back in order, and they refuse. It says, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. Well, I'm reading the AMP. I'm going to read all this in AMP. Verse 9, rise up, you women who are carefree, and hear my voice, you confident and unsuspecting daughters. Listen to what I am saying. Right. Confident, unsuspecting, and carefree. That's your modern day independent woman. Israelite woman. Except for the sisters. The sisters are the only ones who are tapped in, locked in. Verse 10, in a little more than a year, which is just a certain amount of time, you will be you will tremble with anxiety, you unsuspecting and complacent women, for the vengeance has ended and the harvest will not come. So all the benefits and the easy lifestyle that you was able to live, where the government was taking care of you, the government assistance, you was able to get these jobs, these, high-end jobs that you didn't deserve. And you was instilled with this mindset that you are far above a man that don't need him. All of that is in it. That was an illusion. That was a trick from the enemy. Esau created that system to get you to turn away from us and to further destroy us by destroying family. With you out of order, family couldn't function properly. So he can destroy the next generation. And then when that generation starts to get older and grow up and get to that point, he further destroy them. So the next generation after that can be destroyed, already be at a disadvantage. And this is what he has done. And it's affected his people too, because those who set traps for others, they're going to fall into it themselves. And they anticipated the collateral damage. They don't care. They don't care about them people, their own people falling into the same trap, because it was primarily aimed at Jake, So now it says the vintage has failed and the harvest will not come. All them benefits, all them jobs, all the promotions, all the leverage that you had that Esau Edom has given you, now it done disappeared. It's being taken away, because it was never supposed to be like that in the first place. You was never supposed to leave your man. Your man is literally the one thing that's keeping you from being destroyed. Your man is your protection, just like Yahweh Shai is our as men protection. Your man is your guide, because that protection is more than just physical protection. And that's the thing women got to understand. That protection ain't just, he's going to keep me safe from harm physically. No, spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, it goes into financially, even though we in captivity. So you got to work together. You got to work together, do what you got to do to make ends meet. Having that man to guide you and lead you in the household, it eventually protects you financially too, especially if that man is a man of Yahweh Bashim Abishai. That's not to say you ain't going to go through hardships financially, but that's just to say that man would be capable of making the right decisions to preserve his family. You were not given that ability to do that, to think like that and move like that. That's why you need a man. But all these women were so proud that you got on social media, whether you made videos or made posts or just in person, had this mindset that you do not need a man. And men have remembered that. Men ain't forgot how you was acting. And now we see you in desperate situations and all these situations where you crying out for help or you tired of being alone, and you gonna stay there. You're only getting used for recreational purposes only. You're not being wiped up, and ain't nobody getting married no more. Marriage in America is a thing of the past. Men mindset have shifted far away from marriage. You know? Verse 11, tremble, you women who are carefree. Tremble with fear, you complacent ones. Strip, undress, and wear sackcloth in your waist, on your waist in grief. That's what you see. That's what that channel Destro be doing. He be showing all these women that be complaining about not having a man, or tired of having to pay bills all the time, or homeless. A lot of women are homeless. A lot of these women really be homeless. And they still be proud. They still have not humbled down. Because like I say, on all these videos, you will see none of these women will say, it's time for me to change. It's time for me to figure out, to find a man and ask him what is it that he likes. What does he do? And then I go and try to learn how to do these things so I can get this man. Because these women think that we're obligated to take care of them as long as we with them, or as long as they have a desire to be with us. I say it like that. As long as if they want you, we just gotta automatically take them and save them and take care of them, and they ain't gotta bring nothing. No, that's not what's gonna happen. That's why the Lord is telling it. That's why the Lord is saying it like this. But strip, undress, wear sackcloth. Sackcloth is a sign of mourning. And that's what these women are doing. They're mourning. And even if it hasn't came, or even if it's not in your area yet on that level where you just see a lot of women homeless in your area, it's coming. And they're suffering in other areas. They're suffering in other places of their lives. Life is getting hard for a lot of people. But the people, and of course it's going to get harder for the elect, but Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is going to be with them. He's going to deliver them, and he's keeping them stable-minded. These people are losing their mind, and these women are really losing their mind because, again, a woman is geared to try to survive. When things start to really get, when their comfort zone is taken away, they try to find any means to survive. That's why they're doing these things. That's why they're saying these things. You can beat me, but you can't deal with no other woman, because she knows if that man has his way with her, eventually he'll leave her for another woman after he done had his way with her, because it didn't happen to her too many times. She already knows. She already been ran through and abused and used up, and she can't pair with nobody. That's why she said, look, you can do what you want with me, but don't be with no other woman. Marry me and eventually give me kids, because she's trying to find somebody that's going to secure her, to take care of her, so she don't have to struggle by herself or be alone anymore or be homeless for the other woman. But it ain't finna happen. And even though they look like the so-called white woman, Eve is experiencing this heavy. Beat your breast in mourning for the beautiful fields and for the fruitful vine, for the land of my people growing over with thorns and briars. Yes, mourn for all the houses of joy in the joyous city. So the Lord is telling you, look, that's going to be over with. Now you finna suffer. All you who said you didn't need a man and you had this hot girl mentality, you thought you was, what is it? You thought you was going to be able to, you thought you was going to prosper. You thought life was going to continue on like that. You thought you were really going to be able to have a family with you as the head of the household and no man. Because these women, majority of these women, single parent households, or raising their children, they single mothers raising their children. You really thought you was going to get knocked up by a man, put them on child support, have a decent paying job, and raise and have a easy life, or get benefits from the government and have an easy life. But it didn't pan out like that. It's not panning out like that no more. It might have worked for certain women, that took advantage of it. But even then, life is going to get hard for them. It's going to be worse for them because they washed up. You know, same thing happened to them, but they washed up and they finna they finna realize that they need a man. There ain't no man finna take them. It's finna happen to the young women too. They finna realize heavy that they need a man, and no man is gonna want them because all y'all are the same. But only the women that the Lord has set aside for brothers and you women that's of the elect, you are going to be taken care of. Now, this is Micah 7:10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God? My eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. So this is what's going to be the reality for a lot of women. Once they realize that the government ain't taking care of them no more, the government switching to war. Well, the government shut down right now, but their mindset they switching to war. You know, they ain't concerned with the American people. They waging war on the American people. They switching into straight war mode, or gearing up for war with these other countries, with you people. You know, of course the citizens. So like I said, then she that is my enemy, who's been our enemy this whole time, our own women. You turn against your own men, especially the Southern Kingdom. You turn against your own men, you know. You thought you can be independent, do everything on your own, and disrespect and be evil towards your man. You know, put him on child support, do all this wickedness, commit adultery on him, leave him. You know, especially women that left the men of the Lord. They finna be in an even worse case. Because you was in the best position possible. You know, being with a man of the Lord. You was in the best position and you left that? that was your way of salvation. You was given a way of salvation and you left it. You know? But hey, like I said, then she that is my enemy shall see it. Then they gonna understand. And they gonna see everything that the men of the Lord been saying. And shame shall cover her. So shame is starting to cover these women, but just wait till it get worse. Wait till it get worse. Wait till they lose more jobs. Wait till prices go skyrocket where they can't afford to live, where they can't afford to eat. Wait till violence increase where it's less likely to, or you can't be out at certain times of the day now because it's so dangerous, especially for women. It's more dangerous for women than it is men, you know. Wait till it get to that situation, but then you got all these women living in their cars or homeless, you know, because they couldn't afford rent, they couldn't afford nowhere to stay, and they destroyed their character, you know. They destroyed any opportunity to be with a good man, you know, or be with any man that would have taken care of them had they been in their right mind many years prior. Just wait till that situation, and then they're gonna start begging. They're already begging, as we seen in the title of the video. But it hasn't reached that level yet. So wait till it reach that level where they all just start begging. They're begging you to take care of them. They're begging to do whatever. And then you're gonna have women that try to come in deceptively, saying they'll do this, they'll do that. But really, they just biding their time, trying to wait till things get back calmed down so they can go back to make a plan to take care of themselves outside of you. The Lord is going to weed all you women out. You ain't going to make it. He's not going to let his men be trapped or get tricked into taking care of a woman who's not worthy. So it says, shame shall cover her which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God? And they said it both in their actions and in their words. It says, mine eyes shall behold her. Now we finna see the outcome of independent women. The modern day independent woman, or the modern day just hot girl. All the things that these women have said. Don't forget to sprinkle, all these things they have said over time. This is what we finna see. We finna witness. It said, now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. We finna see the outcome of it all, you know? So, so you women, especially you women that's in this truth, you know, you take heed, you make them corrections that you need to right now. And you need to Especially if you, cause the elder apostle they already done told women multiple times, look, you need to find your brother, and you need to try to get with that brother, and only that brother. Whoever it is, if you're single, and don't have a man, you find your brother, get with that brother, because the time is short, and the rest of and you have first pick. By being first pick, I mean it's before the society breaks down and all these women try to start flocking to the men of the Lord for protection. You already be secured. But on that note, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to all the brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping this word of sincerity and the truth. Until next time, shalom.